The Knicks wallop the Trailblazers 117-93 on the first day of the year 2020. Y'all not gonna like me too much, Nets fans, because I'm about to heap a whole lot of praise on the New York Knicks. I am not an NBA expert. That's not my job. I'm not a media person. I'm a former software engineer that runs a tech incubator. A Brooklyn guy. I don't claim to be a future GM. I don't have the training for it. I don't have the background. I'm a kid that was good at math, that learned to code very early in the mid-'80s. Built a nice little career. Knows how to write algorithms. And because of it, I see basketball through a different lens than most people. I'm naturally pretty good with analytics. What I watched tonight and what I've seen on this 3-game winning streak since the Knicks smacked up the Nets has nothing to do with data. But it does have something to do with patterns of human nature. I watched a scrappy Knicks team tonight. And not even scrappy. They're long. They just added Reggie Bullock as a shooter to kind of diversify what they have with all their bigs. Not that he was amazing, but he stretched the floor. He shot 60% for 3. He was 3 for 5. Gave the inside guys room to operate. Freed up Mitchell Robinson to be able to go 11-11, shoot 100%. I think he's up to like 70-something% on the year. It feels good. I haven't watched a Knicks game and didn't feel like I needed a shower after in a long time. I watch those Knicks games and I'm not a Knicks fan, and I go, this can't be good for the soul and character of my friends and family who root for this team. But you're seeing a pattern of human nature that basketball professionals always ignore. In my line of business, the worst type of engineer that you can give a job to when you know you're creating something never been done before, and those engineers are going to have to work 6-day weeks to make a crazy deadline, get a product, shipped. You can't do that with an engineer that has exited with equity from an Airbnb and was employee number 20 at a unicorn tech startup. That guy's rich. That guy, and all NBA players are varying degrees of rich, but what is Kevin Durant hungry for? He has 2 championships. He has an MVP. He was named in the starting 5 of the league's of the NBA's all decade team. Kevin Durant will look you in the eye or look you into your camera and tell the media, "You know who I am, right? I'm Kevin Durant." He is a beast. He is an unstoppable force. But you know what Kevin is? More than anything else, he's human. Right? He's got nothing left to prove. He's super rich. Whether he ever comes out of that suit, right? You never know if he's ever going to want to be that level of great ever again. Watching the Knicks tonight, and it wasn't necessarily the young guys, right? You got 9 points, what do you do assist wise? 9 points, 10 assists from Nielinka, Frank Nitti. Kevin Knox gave you 17 minutes, 5 points. RJ Barrett gave you 24 minutes, 7 points. It wasn't really the young guys besides Mitchell Robinson who was allowed to be dominant when he came off the bench tonight. I really don't understand why Taj Gibson starts. He only played 9 minutes tonight, but still 2 points, 0 rebounds. Bleh. I don't even know why he starts. I hope Mike Miller makes that move and recognizes what he needs to be doing right now is teaching these young guys how to win, how to gut out a game, how to play with heart. Now, is it a new head coach bounce? It happens. Could be. But if you're a Knicks fan, you have to be buzzing. You have to be feeling good. Because even if this doesn't mean that you're going to make it to the playoffs, and you know what? Orlando might have lost Isaacs. We don't know what's going to happen to him. The Knicks are 10-24. It's long. It's only you got a whole 3/5 of a season left, and the object isn't necessarily making the playoffs. They could win 2 games and get up to the 10th seed, 11th seed. The Knicks are handling their business, and it feels good, and the players are fun to watch. There's great energy. You gotta love that, and you can't kill these kids because they're not necessarily the ones who are going to take you to the promised land. You might trade a couple of them You might build around a couple of them. The job of the Knicks is to do everything they can to continually add and develop these young players. Right? They've got to build an organizational system and vision that takes them to the next level and put, your youth, your young players is the skeletal system. Your coach is your nervous system. Your GM is the brain. Right? Put that together in a way that makes sense, and you guys could do well. Man, honestly, I'm semi-jealous. No. Let me not mince words. I'm legit jealous because the energy is good. It's hopeful. It's the start of something. In the beginning of the season, Mitchell Robinson didn't look that great. I was slandering him every day. He's not better than Jared Allen. I can't say that anymore. I can't even, tout the statistics anymore that I love to tout, which was that Jared Allen has a better field goal percentage. That is no longer the truth. Life comes at you fast. It doesn't mean I don't still love my team. It doesn't mean that I'm going to switch sides. It means that I have the integrity to be able to analyze basketball in this city and tell the truth. And what is the truth? Marcus Morris is something that you're showcasing to get more assets. If you keep him past the trade deadline, you have failed. Right? Your small forward of the future is RJ Barrett. He is in the way. But if he can show these kids a pathway to learn how to be a professional NBA player and learn how to win, he could pass the torch to Julius Randle. You can move Mitchell Robinson into the starting lineup. You can start to give Kevin Knox more minutes at that small forward, power forward, hybrid-esque position. And you could roll out shooters like Reggie Bullock that's going to space the floor and give those kids room to operate. Accept the lumps. Accept the L's. Go through the growing pains. Because that's how you build a great team. Be patient. Enjoy these wins. Let that good karma allow you to create an atmosphere that the players feel good enough to thrive and become great. I appreciate everything I saw tonight. I've watched, every single minute of every single Knicks game this season, and I've been critical. I think a fish rots from its head. I think Jim Dolan is trash. But you know what Jim Dolan did that was decent this year? And I've said this a million times. When you don't have many choices, the only thing left is pragmatism. That doesn't make you smarter than anyone. That doesn't make you better than anyone. That doesn't make... It doesn't mean a hill of beans at the end of the day. What it does mean is that you have to be opportunistic, and it almost push you. It's almost like a human